What's up, guys? Welcome to Nimble Minds Talks of Self and Spirituality, where we talk about different perspectives when it comes to philosophies as well as spiritual practices. And I just yap about topics I enjoy. The topic of this is going to be gossip, right? And when it comes to the temptations, lust, that's definitely a big one. Don't spill the seed, okay? Everything I'm telling you is because I am currently not doing it, okay? If I had spilt the seed and done those things, this is something you would not see. That is just the facts, okay? I would not be on here talking like this if I was not walking like this, okay? Because look, once again, I say this in other videos, at any time, I could easily slip up. At any time, I could lay down, watch some corn, release. I could find another way, release. It could just happen like that, okay? I could go out here, gluttony. I could go out here, gossip, start lying to everybody at any time, okay? That's what makes it difficult, okay? But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the topic of this video, which is gossip, okay? So, what is gossip? Okay, I'm gonna keep it simple. No Google definition or anything. Just when you're constantly worried about and just talking about other people all the time with other people all the time. Okay. That's what gossip is to me. Just constantly talking about other people, especially if it is in a negative light. Okay, it doesn't just have to be that, but just constantly talking about other people all the time is gossip to me, pretty much. And why do I say that? Some people are like, "What do you mean constantly talking about other people?" Well, if you're listening, you know exactly what gossip is because you've probably been around gossipers and you've probably gossiped yourself. Okay, nobody is excluded from it. Nobody's like, "Oh, I've never gossiped." No, there's people who probably don't gossip anymore who have been gossipers. The same here, but when it comes to gossip, let me tell you something. There was something I was always told when it came to gossip, and it was you have to be careful when it comes to people who like to gossip, right? Especially people who gossip because they usually like to start drama. When people that like to start drama, because what? If they're gonna gossip about all these other people, then they're gonna gossip about you, and that is just the truth, okay? When it comes to something about that, there have been times where yes, I have gossiped, right? But let me not just say, but there's times where I have gossiped. That just is what it is. In addition to that, there have been times where I noticed there are some people that I was engaging in this gossip with, and I was always thinking about that. But I was like, you know what? I have a good intentions with this. I'm really not out here trying to not just make people look bad, but I really don't have any ill will towards people that we're talking about. So it's not like I'm really, but unfortunately, just because you do something, just because you have a certain belief and you have certain intentions, is just not the case with everybody else. So what do I mean when I say this? Well, there have been times where I was gossiping with certain people and I could literally sense, not even just sense, you could hear it in their voice and the things they were saying. They had like some type of resentment, hatred towards the person they were talking about. It got to a point a couple of times during, whatever the gossip was, that I had to I was saying like, hey, we gotta at least, even though this person's not here right now, we can't just be talking like this about this person because they ain't even here to say nothing. Like it literally got to a point where it was getting ridiculous, and I was like, hold on, this don't even make sense that we're talking this crazy about this person. This person ain't even like, and that's when I realized that this probably ain't gonna be that long because yeah, I didn't have that type of resentment. I still don't have that type of resentment towards anyone or that type of hatred towards anyone. So when it got to that point, I was like, yeah, this is a problem. I don't know where this type of resentment and hatred is coming from, but it's not good and I don't want any part of it. So let me go ahead and, because once again, if there's people who are out there going to gossip, there's people out there that like to start drama, there's people out there that just do, some people just natural to them, right? That means eventually they'll probably gossip about you. Okay, it just is what it is. All right, and once you know that, you make your life a lot easier to live because you're just like, oh well, okay, that's just part of it. Well, it's time to move on. But that is a part of it. Okay, so you do have to understand that when it comes to gossip because it leads to a lot of other things, just like the temptation, just like sins, however you want to say it. Okay, just like things that are displeasing to your spirit, displeasing to your soul. Okay, displeasing to your spirit, displeasing to your soul, displeasing to the goal, displeasing to your spirit, displeasing to your soul, displeasing to the goal, okay? Just like gossip can lead to other drama, it can lead to things like hatred, it can lead to things that include lying, okay? It can lead to a lot of other things. It's just like how lust, okay, can lead into other temptations, okay? You start lusting, now you're back to the bottle, back to the smoking, okay? Back to the more gossip, more lying, more deceit, okay? More gluttony, okay? It can lead to all that, because then let's say you're gossiping or something, you know, now you gossiping, now you're getting heated, right? Now you want to drink, okay? Now not only you want to drink, now you got to eat some with that drink. Now you just all this food and stuff, so you do have to be very careful when it comes to these temptations, okay? And the focus of this video is gossip. So when it comes to gossip, you have to be very careful, okay? And staying on the topic with gossip, I recommend just not even to be involved in any of that. Don't be involved in the gossip, okay? Don't be involved in the gossipers, because that's just some people, it's just like a lifestyle for them. If I had to be honest, it's just like a lifestyle for some people. Some people just cannot help but to talk about other people. Some people can just but not help but to always, you know, have to, you know, be worried about what somebody else is doing. Some people just cannot help but to just have to, you know, say something about, you know, this guy, this woman, you know, I don't know, this like a manager, boss, you know, whatever the situation is, okay? This trainer at the gym, like it could be anybody, I don't know, man. But whatever the situation is, some people just cannot help but to gossip. And, you know, hey, whoever's watching, whoever is listening, if you're somebody who has inkling of the feeling I did, which is that you don't have any resentment towards anybody, you really don't have hate towards people, and you're around people who may gossip, and you can literally sense and hear the type of resentment in their voice, the hatred in their voice, I recommend you just don't gossip with those people. Don't hang out with those people, okay? Just move on, because at the end of the day, if they're going to gossip about this person with all that animosity, okay, all this energy towards them, they're going to do the same thing towards you. They're going to gossip about you with all this energy, all this animosity towards you. And, you know, that's just, it's just going to be a part of it, okay? It's just going to be a part of it. You're just going to have to move on with your life and just, you know, have fun somewhere else, you know, figure out, you know, your fun somewhere else. But just don't do it. Just don't even get involved with it, okay? And for some people, hey, once again, it is like a lifestyle to them. So if you're a person who's moving away from that, don't try to change anybody. Don't try to tell anybody what to do. And like, hey, you know, maybe no, don't do that. Don't do that, okay? If you realize something, okay, you just need to, you know what? I realized this. You know, you don't want to ruffle any feathers, cause any, you know, tension. Just, hey, remove yourself, and you'll be all right. You'll be fine. All right. But yeah, definitely be careful about that when it comes to gossiping. Somebody's going to gossip about other people. They're most likely, they are going to gossip about you. So if you're a person who's not into that, hey, gossiping, you have better things to do with your time, okay? Find hobbies you enjoy, okay? And if you already have the hobbies you enjoy, keep engaging in those hobbies, okay? Keep having fun with those hobbies, okay? Start gossiping about the hobbies, man. Like, whatever your hobbies is. Like, I just figured out how to do this new, like, I don't know, whatever you're into. Like, you work on cars or something. You figured out how to, like, you know, change the alternator, you know, change the brake pads or something. Like, that's awesome. Gossip about that. Gossip about something that's productive. Gossip about, you know, I just fixed my eating habits. That's productive. Gossip about, I just learned how to fix, like, I don't know, like, whatever it is. If you fix stuff around the house, I learned how to fix this around the house, okay? If you're a person who's like a therapist, I learned how to help this person, or I help myself. Like, you gossip about that. That's amazing. What did you just do to help yourself? Gossip about that. Look, I like to gossip about that. I gossip about that all day, shit, in the mirror. But look, if you're going to find something else to gossip about, go find people that's gossiping about stuff that's productive, talk about stuff that's productive, talking about stuff that's actually, you know, that's not detrimental, okay? It could be even about shows or something. If you already got shows you like to watch, you know, games you like to play, like, that stuff's great, okay? Let's talk about that, okay? The great stuff, okay? Unless you don't want to. Unless you want to gossip and you want to, hey, you go do that. But I do not recommend it. So with that being said, that is the video on gossip. I hope whoever's watching, whoever's listening has something they could take from that and apply it to their lives and result in a positive outcome, result in some positive circumstances and some more positive situations. With that being said, that is the video. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.